Hi everyone, welcome back. We are going to make that chile rojo that I told you guys about last time. It's a chile asado, that's what I call it. So we are going to go ahead and show you guys the condiments that we're going to be using. This is our consomme, remember that? We're going to be using 2 spoons of this. Some cilantro for our rice as well. 3 cups of water, 1 cup of rice. So for every cup of rice, we're going to use 3 cups of water. And then we're going to use half of an onion with 2 garlic cloves. The rest of them are going to be for my chili, okay? And then I'm going to show you guys how to go ahead and clean them up and boil them up, okay? And then the meat right here is pork, and I kind of have it already mixed up here to give it some flavor and seasoning. So I use the same condiments back there and a little bit of garlic salt. So we're just going to go ahead and mix it up a little before we put it in our pan. But before we get started, you guys, Carla and myself do want to say thank you. Thanks for everyone who placed your orders last week. You guys kept me very busy. And also for the order for this week, I am completely booked up. So thank you for that. I really appreciate that. Thank you for everyone that shared all of your pictures on Instagram, tagging me on the remix of the horchata and the gelatina. You guys did an awesome job. So thank you so much for sharing. Now, I'm going to go ahead and show you guys a couple things as well. Alright guys, so the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to get our water started very low, and then we're going to wash our chilies. I already have a few of them here cleaned up for you, but I'm going to show you how easy it is to clean them up, okay? All you do is take the head off, and then you just clean it up like this. You don't necessarily have to take the seeds off, okay? Because it depends on how spicy you guys want the chilies. Mine are perfectly fine the way they are. It's hot chilies, so I'm just gonna leave it as is. Now we're gonna take it and pour it in our boiling water. Following up by that, we are adding our onions and our garlic cloves, okay? We're gonna put it all in there. This is just going to help our chilies get that flavored in as well. And we're going to blend all that stuff together anyway. So let's just cover them up and just let it do its thing. All right. So in the meantime, what we're going to do is we're going to put our pork meat now. So here's my meat. I'm just giving it a little bit of toss so that all the ingredients are all mixed up with our meat, okay? So now we're going to put in our sartén. So I'm going to add a little bit of water to you guys. All right. Just a little bit. With that little bit of water, what we're going to do is we're going to just let it sit still, okay? We're just going to cover it all up, making sure that the steam is all covered in. And then this spoon right here, it's going to be exactly and separately just for our meat, okay? We're going to be doing a couple things at the same time, so make sure that you're watching everything, that your eyes are all over your stove. We're just going to cover it up now. And I have low heat on that as well. Our chili is almost done as well. As you guys can see, it's already all simmered. So we're just gonna let it sit there for just a little bit. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and start with the rice. I don't put too much oil in my rice because I don't like the rice to be too oily, too greasy. So I'm just gonna pour right enough just to make sure that it's covered with my rice. That's like 1/3 of a cup. We're gonna cover our pan. And we're now going to turn on the stove at a low heat, okay? It's very important that you guys get used to using the low heat because that's the secret to the perfect rice. So we're just going to let it sit for a minute, and then we're going to come back and we're going to watch our meat as well. So our 3 cups of water is going to go into our blender, okay? I use room temperature water. It doesn't have to be hot because my rice is going to cook perfectly fine with that. This is our bouillon, which is the consomme red, and remember that it's 2 tablespoons like this. This is going to be our cilantro. I love cilantro, so I'm going to make sure that I decorate my rice with that, okay? Now we're going to put them all into a little blend here. So remember our onion. We're going to go ahead and put that along with our cloves. So that was 2 cloves of garlic and our half of onion. Now we're going to go ahead and blend it all together as well. Guys, the reason why I like to do this is because we have a lot of picky eaters, okay? People that don't like onions, that don't like whatever. They always find an excuse not to eat the rice. So this is a perfect ingredient. One of my friends, Julie, showed me this and I really like it, especially when I make for parties, for a big bowl or anything like that, for a party, reception or whatsoever. All right, guys, so now our oil is heated up. We're gonna go ahead and pour our rice in there, okay? Make sure you guys just keep stirring it, okay? So that we have just a nice brown rice. This is a Spanish rice. All right, guys, so now my rice is nice and brown. So we're gonna go ahead and add our blending items here. So you're just going to go ahead and mix it. Perfectly fine. If you guys want to appreciate the color of this is going to be enough color. That's why I don't add tomato sauce or anything like that, because it's not going to be for a big portion. If it was going to be for 2 cups or more, then I would, but in this case we're not. We're only using 1 cup of rice and it's not necessary, okay? And for our taste, all you do is just to make sure that our bouillon is salty enough, just because the rice that I make does not have salt other than the bouillon. Very good. So it's good enough for myself. It doesn't need anything more. So I'm just gonna let it sit there at a very low heat and we're gonna cover it right back up, okay? And we're just gonna let it cook on its own. This is why I burn myself, you guys, because I'm always cleaning around stuff, so I just can't help it. This is the progress of our pork meat stew, so we're just gonna go ahead and just keep checking on it. Our chili here now is all ready, so we're gonna go ahead and get it all set up. So we're gonna bring this to our blender. I'm gonna add a little bit of veggies to my rice. I personally like this. I have no picky eaters, and if they are picky eaters, then too bad. They better eat my rice the way it is. Just a little bit, and we're gonna cover it right back up. We are blending in our chili. We are using the same water where we boiled our chilies, so make sure that you pour all of that in there. If you're asking how many cups there are, there's about 1.5 cups of water added to that. All right, guys, if you guys can take a good look at our meat. Don't be bothered on what's on your dish here. It doesn't really matter because it's nothing but the condiments that we mixed our meat in with. But our meat is all ready to go. So now we're going to go ahead and blend our chili. So we're going to cover it right back in. Esto se guisa con la pura mantequita que suelta la carne. Así que con la pura agua que le echamos fue más que suficiente para que se cociera. Y ahorita ya está guisadita. Alright, guys, so let's come back over here. Here's our chili. You can appreciate the onion and then our garlic cloves in there. Now, what I do with this stuff is I add it towards the end. I actually don't blend it in. A lot of people do, but I don't. I like to just put it on the top of my chili and it gives it great flavor. So we're gonna go ahead and blend it in. Alright, guys, so first of all, before I add our chili to our meat, I'm gonna check on our rice, and our rice is all ready to go, okay? So we're gonna turn it off. Remember, the secret to this rice is to make sure that you guys cook it on a very low fire here, okay? So let's go ahead and turn it off, and we're just gonna let it simmer there, just because all of the heat that's still in there is just gonna finish cooking whatever needs to be cooked, okay? So now here we have our chili. A lot of people use a colador for this stuff, but don't worry about it. I don't like it. The only time that I go and use this strainer for is for my red enchiladas, but not for my chili. All right, to me that's more than enough. So we're gonna turn our stove a little bit more up and bring this to a boil. In the meantime, we are going to add our condiments and our oregano. So with your own bare fingers, you're gonna just squish it and just add it to your chili. That's more than enough oregano for that. I did miss to tell you guys that you want to check for salt in your blender, but since I missed it, now I'm gonna have to show you guys how to pour it in there. We're just gonna throw a little bit of salt. Look, this is the bouillon that I like to use, which is caldo de consomé, and I'm just going to put a little bit of it as well. So this has come into a nice boiling. I am going to put the rest of the oregano in it. and I'm gonna cover it right back up, okay? And just turn the heat off. And we're just gonna let it simmer there for just a second. Cover it right back. All right, now if you come all the way over here, look at that rice. So we're just gonna let it sit here for just a minute. I'm going to uncover it for just a few minutes so that it's cool enough for me to give it a try, a little taste, and I'll see you guys in just a second. So I wanna show you my sartén over here to show you that none of this rice is sticking anywhere on my pan, okay? Come here, Jose. Look at this, guys. So you don't need more than the 3 cups of water. It's just gonna come out nice and perfect, just like this. So we're gonna cover it right back up. And now I'm gonna try some chili as well too. Una costillita. Voy a buscar una hojita de laurel para adornársela. Ahí está. So let's just let it simmer for just a second, and then I'll try it all out for you guys. All right, guys, I just want to give a big shout out to a couple of people that asked me to do so. I have their permission. Thank you very much. I have Osvaldo Melendez, Rosario from Sacramento, California, Andrea from Sacramento, Sylvia from LA, Veronica from LA, Sabina Espinosa, Ana Perez from McAllen, Texas, Monica from Texas, and Mayra Julian from Seattle, Washington. I have a lot of followers from YouTube that actually say hi to me, and all I had to do was just go back and just say hi. I answered. I try to reply to everyone, so make sure that I have everybody's name in here. I have Utah, Cali, another few states from Sonora, from Ohio, Hawaii. I have Monterrey, Nuevo León, Nashville, Tennessee, Atlanta, Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina, Iowa, Virginia, Washington, Idaho, Las Cruces, Nuevo Mexico, Yuma, Arizona, Indiana, Colorado, Michigan, New York, Indiana, Minnesota, Kansas, and Oregon. So if I didn't reply back, I'm sorry, you guys. But thank you so much. I really appreciate everything you guys have done for myself. Thank you, and let's just give that chili a try. All right, guys, so here we go. Look at that meat. It's nice and simmer, and it smells very good. Spicy. It's delicious, you guys. I hope you guys enjoy it. I hope that you guys like this video. It's kind of hard to turn my back on the camera and try to cook at the same time. I'm used to doing multiple things at the same time, so thank you so much for everyone's time. And just like any other normal videos, I'm going to show you guys what I'm going to make on my next video, okay? So follow me on this side. Hi everyone. So I promised somebody that I was going to show you guys the stuff that I use for my waters and also for my gelatinas. So these are the artificial flavors that I use. They're from Castells. I buy them at the Dulceria La Bonita, like I mentioned before. Some of these I got them from Ranch Market, just a few of these. We're actually going to use this one for our next water. And I have a few others that I actually bought them when I went to Palomas and I picked them up. Other than that, I also use some of these artificial flavors. Sometimes, not all the time, we can use these to make it a very good flavor, okay? Because sometimes the fruit, it's not good out there. Like cantaloupes, when you buy cantaloupes, some of them are good, some of them are not. So instead of using too much sugar or a lot of sugar, I actually like to use a little bit of this to give it some flavor. We're going to use 4 pepinos for our next water. We're actually only going to use 3 of them, but one of them is for decoration. We're also going to be using 4 of these kiwis and 2 for decoration as well. And then our lemons, I have about 8 lemons here, 10 actually. We're only going to use 8 and then the rest of them for decoration as well. So just grab your little pitcher or whatever you guys have, and we'll see you guys next time on the next video. Thank you so much. As always, thank you for supporting and for being here. You guys have a nice day. Bye-bye.